Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Tuesday, September the 24th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you may have, you can use this email address. A link to get into our free room. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen, and I get live on the mic. I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays, up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. In the email you're getting, you'll see a promo code for 15% off, either the first month only or the entire year. You'll also see a link for our summit, October 26th in San Diego. If you want to attend, of course, you can sign up, or you can click on that link, and then you'll be sent an email Saturday, and you'll be able to listen to it all day long, a live stream. Well, very interesting day. You can see, I just have to show you the SPY. So here's the SPY at the beginning of the day. This is the pre-market, and the SPY was positive. China talk seemed to be on. Going to meet with China in 2 weeks. Market opens. These are 15-minute candles for the first hour or so, really nothing. And then all of a sudden, kaboom. And I guess, some tweets came out of the White House. So, difficult if you were trying to go long anything, unless you were long something that is a true alpha stock that does not care what the rest of the market is doing. But, a lot of potential setups if you were long were probably didn't work out very well. Now, I will show you, I didn't trade very much again today. I did take this OVID from the AI. Now, I took it because you see it down here. Now, it's not doing well now, but it hit 322. It got the alert at the price was 322. Now, I'd said in the room that I was really going to look for the Mighty Mouse stocks. Those are the ones that had been really producing some excellent percentage returns over the last several weeks. Now, the Mighty Mouse strategy did not make the cut today. I guess when it was optimized, the profit factor and the win percentage was not good enough. But when I saw this one, it was more about the price, okay? So I saw OVID at 322. And so there was the candle in which the alert happened. Now, did this turn out to be an incredible trade? Not really. I got in. This was on the pullback. You see, this strategy was called pullback on a strong stock. So obviously, a strong stock, it pulled back, and the alert was at 322. I ended up taking it. I think it was at 326, and I sold at 340 and 345. So it must have been actually on this. Must have been on this candle here. How is that possible? Unless I got in earlier. I don't know. Anyway, 340 and 345 is when I got out. Maybe I did get out right at the high here. 344. Maybe it doesn't really matter. I got out. Then the market started to move down. Though this is really an alpha stock. Yes, it's still up 24%. I think it had some news and all that. But, I decided I really wanted to take one of these cheap ones from the AI, and I did. Now, the ones from the Watchlist, and I should warn you, too, that these are the ones from the Watchlist. And again, mainly cheap stocks, okay? Not a lot of activity on the more expensive. Now, when I say more expensive, I'm not talking about $100 stocks, but just the ones between even 10 and 50. We had a couple here. But, BlackBerry, a nice short from 608 down to 584. I actually tried to short it just under 6, couldn't get a fill. It's under, it's more than 10% down. And I sat there at 597 forever, and I just wouldn't get a fill. The rest of them, kind of iffy, 3228, well, 3165. I guess that's not so iffy. The Overstock, which of course has been all over the place. 1156. The Seco, which is an education stock, 659, hasn't really moved. The Eros, this is one that I actually did take. I took a little loss on it. I think a 5-cent loss. The NIO, I don't think has really moved. 218 really hasn't moved. The PIR, waited all day for this to break out over 13, and it finally did. And I took some, okay? A little bit whippy still, but this is your real definition of an alpha stock, because again, here's the SPY and here's PIR. It doesn't care what the market is doing, and this made the cut because now it's probably coming into some resistance fairly soon here. But right here, you can see right there, that's why. Now, it was already really extended on the weekly, but you know what? I thought, okay, if I can get through 13, you never know. So anyway, I'm in this one, and it's got some, right there, that high is I think 14, and that high is about 15. So probably it's going to get stalled pretty soon. I'm not going to hang around too long on that one. And let's get back to the 15-minute. The SSI, another one that I've been waiting on. Again, 157 really hasn't done very much. So, and then the game did not move. 548, it actually moved down off that. So these three, moved a little bit. The NBEV, hasn't really moved. I thought it might stall right around here, and it did. If you look at the weekly, you'll see why. So again, not huge action on the watch list. Not that many alerts. And I'm just waiting for earnings season to start again in about 4 weeks. Now, here is one that, again, this is very, 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 very in its infancy. It's in its infancy, we'll call it. So look at the CarMax here. Now, if you don't have this as your single stock window, please download the latest version of Trade Ideas. If you go to the download, you'll see that the production version is 4.2.89. Scroll down until you get to the beta. And then if you do that, then you'll get this new single stock window, which also has an insiders listed, okay? Now, again, the sample size is the grand sum of 3. We had 2 last week. I think SCHL was one and another one. If I bring up SCHL, you're going to see what I'm talking about. You see, look at this pie chart right there. Looks very similar to KMX, right? So I can't remember what the other one is, but let's get back to the KMX. So I said in the room... Come on, let's go. Bit of a lag here. So I said in the room that, these stocks that release earnings after hours, that's what it did yesterday. It released earnings after hours. Make sure of that. Yeah. Actually, we released this morning. I'm sorry. Before the market opened. That's 0.25. So there was the reaction. So I'd said, you know what? A lot of these that release and then they gap up, but they've got this very high percentage of insider sales over the last 12 months. It might be good to look at these as shorts, basically fading the gap up. So this is, obviously this worked. But this also, don't be mistaken that this is just because of the market. Because remember, at the beginning of the day, the market was doing this. And this is the first candle down. So I'm very excited to see, first of all, I'd love to see if we can get a filter, just have a filter that says, okay, show me all the pie charts that are, greater than 90% on the sell side. And then filter on that. And then when there's an earnings play and the stock pops, just to see, how many, is this really going to be a setup that we can, nothing is going to be 100%, but they can really look at for something that, okay, fade. If we see this over 90%, the stock gaps up on earnings, really take a look at a fade once the market opens. As I say, there are 3 stocks that did the 2 last week, and then this one today. We just don't have a lot of earnings plays. Now, KBH is tomorrow. Actually, this one, you might want to just keep this one, jot this one down. CTML, it's not quite the same pie chart. Geez, just getting a bit of a lag. Come on, CTML. Or is it CMT? Is that the right symbol? Oh, CMTL. That's my fault. CMTL. CMTL. Okay, so you see that pie chart. So it's not quite as dramatic. It's still 83%, not 90%, but has earnings. After hours today, that's at 0.75. So I'm going to be, for me, it'll be interesting to see what it does and then see, how it handles it, tomorrow before the market opens, and then see if it fades. And it really, so far, really, the 3 that have worked, they really haven't been dependent on what the overall market's doing. So again, I'm not trying to suggest that this is the 100% winner strategy, but going forward, we never had this insiders look here. But, I don't care about all this. I'm just looking at this little graphic. And, hey, if we can make something out of this, it might be a really interesting filter. All right, everybody, I want to get back into the room. And let's bring this over here. And again, I get the question a lot. You need 4.2.99. That's the latest beta. So when you go to if you want this, you have to go to the production, go to our download page. and scroll down to where it says the beta and download the beta. Then you'll have the Insider tab. Okay, this will, if you have a single stock window right now, this will replace it. All your filters that you have for your current single stock window, they will be they'll remain intact. It'll just look like this. It'll just be replaced, and then you'll have these tabs. We're looking to add more tabs down the road. All right, everybody, want to get back into the room, see if there's anything shaking. So bring back the capture program. And if you have any questions for me, here's the email address you can use. A link for our free room. I'll open the room tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Hope everybody has a great evening. We'll see you in the room tomorrow. Bye-bye.